we are supposed to take action, and we're also supposed to pause. And these are paradoxes. These aren't. There's not. There's just not one. It's always. Or I
Right.
should say, it's not one or the other. It's not in that dualistic space. It's like somehow you learn what action to take, and you should be fighting injustice or making change. Those choices are completely important and valid to reduce suffering and injustice in the world. And at the same time, we need to be coming from a place where it's springing from a place of truth. And it circles back to what we said at the beginning, where sometimes psychedelic ceremony is good at this, giving the space for that to be heard from within. It's the only place it can come from. And then to know that it's really true for you, you want to clear away all that other noise that's obfuscating that which is clouding it for you. And there's so much in our day-to-day life, whether it's the information that's coming at us or that AI that's feeding us our reality tunnel or all the other things. And that's why meditation and practice and psychedelic therapeutic work, these sort of things, give us the opportunity to hear ourselves, to hear our soul, to hear the truth. And then from there, we don't want to be the wounded healer. We want to know with a capital K. Like, I know what's right for me. I know what I need to do and what I don't need to do. But it doesn't mean, this is not a spiritual bypass of apathy and sitting back and saying, hey, it's all good. Everything happens for a reason. Peace out. Not at all. It's like you're incarnated on this planet in your spacesuit on this spaceship for a reason, to interact with the world, to weave in and out of it. I mean, everyone's role is different. And I hope often we find that the way we weave is through our gifts, hopefully. And that's usually, it's this idea of following your bliss to find them. But nonetheless, we are here to weave. We are here to be that co-conspirator of awakening. And how you do it is dancing around a mystery with no edge. It's like, I can't give you an answer. I don't know. There's no answer. And it's always moving. Like I said, there's no like you'd find it and that's your destination. It's like, well, it is a beautiful and horrible dance that we find ourselves in. And it's just a strange process.
And I think there's nothing that we can say for people to do, but we can give just tips from people who've been exploring the mystery and been doing it. And I think the big tip is that don't be in a hurry. Like, it doesn't help to be in a hurry, and I think
Typically
it's that
not.
classic thing that what the Navy SEALs say, that, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Like, the moment you try to speed things up, it becomes jagged and jarring and you miss pieces. And, if you're trying to write a great article, don't have the expectation that you're going to bang it out in 4 hours and get frustrated when the article doesn't come. Take your time, write a great article. You have to learn that for a book, for damn sure. It's like, you have to say like, wow, this is a long process. And if I try to rush it, it's not going to come out. I got to take my time. Same with your healing. You can't rush your healing. I think that's Trevor Hall lyric right there, but it's true. It's the truth. You have to take the time to do it right. And to do it right is much more important. All of this kind of frantic 2 steps this way, 2 steps this way, 2 steps this way, it's just not as productive either for you. It creates a lot of internal strife and stress. And the end result is also not as beautiful and not as valuable. So these are like tips from fellow journeyers who have been, attempting to find that space, that synthesis between action and presence. And I think, just that lesson about time is just one of those big ones. Just take your breaths, take your time, take the time to make sure that, you're not putting an artificial stress and an artificial rush on something that is ultimately infinite.
Yeah, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. It's doing it. Even for me, when you said to do it right, something in there has a jaggedness where I'm like, all I know how to do is how to do it well. I mean, that is a goal. That's about it, because I'm not always there. Is there a right? Like, and I'll certainly make mistakes. God knows, many times a day. But where is that intention springing from? It's like, again, where am I pointing that ship? That's all I can control. I can't control those storms on the sea around me, and I can't control when sometimes there springs a leak, and I'm like, that was the wrong way to go. But I know where I wanted to go, and that's the dance, and that's the dance of forgiveness to ourselves to say, my intention is sort of everything in a way. And only you really know the litmus test of that truth.